Most men think confidence is something you fake with flashy clothes, smooth lines, or acting cocky. But women see through that in seconds. Real confidence isn't loud, it isn't forced, and it isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. Real confidence is quiet, steady, and unshakable. It's the energy that makes her lean in without you saying a word. The truth is, women are drawn to men who feel grounded in themselves, men who don't need constant approval or validation. When you walk into a room and you carry yourself like you belong there, she feels it instantly. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, flaws and all. And here's the secret. Once you build unshakable confidence, you don't chase women, they chase you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build that kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't break under rejection, doesn't crumble under tests, and makes you magnetic without even trying. Point 1. Stop seeking validation. The first step to building unshakable confidence around women is cutting your addiction to validation. Most men don't realize this, but they walk into every interaction already begging for approval. They want her to laugh at their jokes, compliment their looks, or reassure them that they're good enough. That constant need for external validation is why they crumble when they don't get it. If she doesn't respond the way they hoped, their entire confidence shatters. That's not confidence, that's dependence. Here's the truth. Real confidence comes from within. It's not about how she reacts. It's about how you see yourself before you even talk to her. Women can sense when a man needs approval, and it kills attraction instantly. Why? Because it puts her in the position of power. If you need her validation to feel good about yourself, she's in control, and women don't respect men they can control. Psychologically, this is about self-worth. If you measure your worth by how women respond to you, you'll always be insecure. One bad look, one rejection, one uninterested woman, and suddenly you feel worthless. But if you know your worth independently, if you've built a life, values, and identity you're proud of, her reaction doesn't shake you. Whether she smiles or walks away, you remain the same man. That steadiness is what women find magnetic. Most men fail here because they confuse arrogance with confidence. They overcompensate, acting cocky or bragging, thinking it will make them look strong. But bragging is still seeking validation. It's just disguised. True confidence doesn't need to prove itself. It just exists. It's the man who can walk into a room without performing, without begging for attention, and still command respect. The stronger move is to shift your focus. Stop asking, "Does she like me?" and start asking, "Do I like myself in this moment?" If the answer is yes, then you don't need her reaction to define you. You've already won. So remember this. Unshakable confidence isn't built on her validation. It's built on your self-validation. When you stop chasing approval and start owning who you are, you become the man women notice, respect, and chase. Because nothing is more attractive than a man who doesn't need anyone's permission to feel valuable. Point 2. Embrace rejection without fear. The second step to building unshakable confidence around women is learning to embrace rejection instead of fearing it. Most men crumble the moment a woman doesn't give them the reaction they wanted. She ignores the text, she says she's not interested, or she brushes them off, and suddenly their self-worth collapses. That's because they tie rejection to failure. But here's the truth. Rejection isn't failure. It's freedom. It frees you from wasting time on someone who was never truly interested. Think about it. Every successful man you admire, whether in business, sports, or relationships, has faced rejection. The difference is they don't let it define them. They see it as part of the process, not the end of it. When you stop fearing rejection, you become unstoppable, because nothing can throw you off your frame. A woman can say no, and you'll still stand tall, still speak with calmness, still walk away with dignity. That composure is what women find irresistible. Psychologically, fear of rejection comes from scarcity. Most men act like every woman they approach is their one shot. They think if she says no, it means they're not good enough. But when you adopt an abundance mindset, everything changes. You realize there are millions of women in the world, and her rejection doesn't define your value. It just redirects your focus. Here's the irony. The men who fear rejection the most are the ones who get rejected the most, because women can sense the desperation. And the men who are least affected by rejection are the ones women respect the most. Why? Because their confidence isn't conditional. They don't beg, they don't sulk, they don't fold. They shrug, smile, and move on. That energy communicates abundance, and abundance is magnetic. The stronger move is to reframe rejection in your mind. Don't see it as her denying your value. See it as her revealing her preference. And her preference doesn't change your worth. Just like not everyone likes the same food or music, not every woman will be into you. That's not personal. It's life. So remember this. Rejection isn't proof you're lacking. It's proof you're trying. And every rejection sharpens your confidence, makes you bolder, and toughens your frame. The man who embraces rejection without fear becomes untouchable, because nothing a woman does can take away the power he already owns. Point 3. Master your body language. The third step to building unshakable confidence around women is mastering your body language. Before you even open your mouth, your body is already speaking for you. Women pick up on subtle cues: how you stand, how you move, how you hold eye contact. If your shoulders are slouched, your eyes dart around the room, and your hands fidget, you're broadcasting insecurity without saying a word. But if your posture is upright, your movements are calm, and your gaze is steady, you radiate confidence that women can feel instantly. Here's the truth. Body language is louder than words. A man can say all the right lines, but if his body shows nervousness, she won't believe him. On the other hand, a man who says very little but carries himself with composure will draw her in. Why? Because his energy communicates strength. Confidence isn't about talking more. It's about saying less and owning the space you're in. Psychologically, women are wired to notice nonverbal signals. It's instinct. Before you even approach, she's already reading you. If you look grounded and relaxed, her subconscious tells her, this man is secure in himself. If you look anxious and jittery, it tells her, this man doubts himself. That first impression sets the tone for everything that follows. Most men fail here because they overthink what to say, while completely ignoring how they carry themselves. They think confidence is in the words, but in reality, it's in the pauses, the posture, the stillness. A confident man doesn't rush, doesn't fidget, and doesn't seek approval through his body. He moves with purpose, like he belongs wherever he is. And that energy makes women want to be around him. The stronger move is to train your body to match your mindset. Stand tall, chest open, shoulders back. Not exaggerated, just natural strength. Hold eye contact calmly, without flinching or staring aggressively. Keep your movements slow and deliberate, as if nothing in the world can shake you. When you do speak, speak clearly and at a steady pace. So remember this. Your body is your first statement. Before a woman hears your voice, she's already decided how confident you are. If your body shows strength, she'll feel it. If your body shows weakness, she'll feel that too. Master your body language, and you won't need to convince her you're confident. She'll know it the moment you walk in. Point 4. Build a life you're proud of. The fourth step to building unshakable confidence around women has nothing to do with women at all. It's about building a life that makes you proud. Too many men try to find their confidence in female validation. instead of grounding it in who they are and what they've built. If your career, health, friendships, passions, and goals are weak, no amount of compliments from women will fill that void. But when you have a strong foundation, when your life is rich with purpose, confidence becomes automatic. You don't need her to validate you because your life already validates itself. Here's the truth. Women can instantly sense when a man's life is empty and he's looking to make her his entire purpose. That pressure suffocates attraction. Why? Because it communicates weakness. It tells her, I have nothing else going on, so I need you to be the center of my world. But the men women respect and desire are the ones who already have momentum. They're busy chasing goals, building businesses, improving themselves, living with passion. When she enters his world, she feels like she's stepping into something bigger, not becoming the only thing he has. Psychologically, this is about self-respect. When you know you're building something valuable, you walk differently, talk differently, and carry yourself differently. That energy radiates, and women pick it up instantly. They don't even need to know the details. They just feel that you're a man on a mission. And that sense of purpose is magnetic. Most men fail here because they think confidence is about what they say to women. They spend hours memorizing lines, tips, and tricks, but they neglect the one thing that matters most: being a man worth respecting. You don't need to brag about your life. When you're truly living it, it shows without words. She'll notice in how you speak about your day, how you spend your time, and how you carry yourself. The stronger move is to stop obsessing over her and start obsessing over your mission. Build your body, sharpen your skills, grow your finances, pursue your passions. When you're proud of the life you're creating, women sense it. You don't have to prove anything. They'll feel it in your presence. So remember this: true confidence doesn't come from chasing women. It comes from building a life so powerful that women want to be part of it. When your life is full, you never fear rejection. Why? Because you know your value doesn't depend on her. It's already built into who you are. Point 5. Control your emotions. Don't let them control you. The fifth step to building unshakable confidence around women is mastering your emotions. Most men fail here because they react to everything: her mood swings, her tests, her silence, even her compliments. One moment, she's warm and affectionate, and they're on cloud 9. The next, she's distant or challenging, and they spiral into insecurity. That's not confidence. That's emotional dependence. A truly confident man doesn't get tossed around by every wave of emotion. He remains steady, no matter how rough the waters get. Here's the truth. Women test men constantly, often without even realizing it. She'll tease you, ignore a message, or push your buttons just to see how you respond. If you get defensive, needy, or angry, you fail the test because it shows she controls your emotions. But if you stay calm, composed, and unbothered, you pass. Why? Because it shows you control yourself. That steadiness is what women crave, because it communicates strength. Psychologically, this is about self-regulation. The men who lose themselves in anger, jealousy, or desperation show weakness. They reveal that they can't handle pressure. But the man who can sit with discomfort, who can breathe, stay calm, and respond with clarity, proves he's in control of himself. And control over yourself is the highest form of power. Most men confuse emotional control with being emotionless. They think they have to act like robots, never showing any feeling. That's not attractive either. Women want a man who can feel, but not be ruled by those feelings. It's about balance. You can laugh, connect, and even express vulnerability, but you never let those emotions dictate your decisions. The stronger move is to train yourself to pause before reacting. When she tests you, don't rush to prove yourself. When she's distant, don't chase. When she tries to trigger jealousy, don't bite. Stay composed, breathe, and respond on your terms. That calmness communicates more confidence than any line or gesture ever could. So remember this: unshakable confidence isn't about never feeling. It's about never being controlled by what you feel. The man who masters his emotions masters himself. And the man who masters himself becomes magnetic to women because he's rare. In a world full of men who crumble under pressure, the man who stays steady stands out as the one worth following, respecting, and desiring. Point 6. Stop putting women on a pedestal. The sixth step to building unshakable confidence around women is realizing they are not goddesses, angels, or saviors. They're human. Most men destroy their confidence by putting women way above themselves, treating them like prizes to be won instead of equals to connect with. They overvalue her looks, her charm, or her attention, and in doing so, they undervalue themselves. That imbalance creates insecurity, because the moment you believe she's out of your league, you've already lost the game. Here's the truth: attraction dies when you worship her. A woman doesn't want a fan, she wants a man. If you act like she's above you, she'll start to believe it, and she'll treat you accordingly. Respect quickly turns into tolerance, and desire fades into pity. But when you see her for what she really is, another human being with flaws, insecurities, and imperfections, you stop approaching her with desperation and start approaching her with strength. That shift alone changes everything. Psychologically, pedestalizing comes from scarcity. Men who don't believe in their own value cling to any woman who gives them attention, magnifying her importance. They think, I may never get another chance like this, so they overcompensate, buying gifts, sending endless texts, bending over backward just to keep her. But all of that screams insecurity. Women sense it, and instead of being flattered, they lose respect. Most men fail here because they think overinvesting will win her over. But overinvestment doesn't create desire. It kills it. Desire comes from respect, and respect comes from balance. When you see her as equal, not above you, not beneath you, you operate from a place of calm strength. You don't chase, you don't beg, and you don't crumble if she walks away. The stronger move is to focus on your own value. Recognize what you bring to the table: your character, your drive, your presence, your ambition. When you know your worth, you don't need to put anyone else above you to feel validated. You meet her eye to eye, not from below. And that equal energy is what creates real attraction. So remember this: putting a woman on a pedestal doesn't make her love you. It makes her use you. Confidence isn't about worshipping her. It's about knowing you're valuable too. The man who understands this never feels intimidated, never feels unworthy, and never feels desperate. He's not chasing her approval. He's choosing whether she earns his. That is the mindset of true confidence. Point 7. Lead with purpose, not approval. The seventh and final step to building unshakable confidence around women is to lead with purpose, not approval. Most men live their lives trying to please women, saying what they think she wants to hear, doing what they think will make her happy, and bending their standards just to avoid upsetting her. That's not leadership, that's weakness. And weakness never creates attraction. A man who seeks approval from women will always lose to the man who seeks his purpose first. Here's the truth: women are naturally drawn to men who lead. Not men who control, not men who dominate with force, but men who know where they're going and move with conviction. If your life is built around chasing her approval, you'll always walk on eggshells, and she'll never respect you. But if your life is built around pursuing your mission, your goals, your vision, your path, she will naturally fall into your frame. Because women aren't attracted to men who follow, they're attracted to men who lead. Psychologically, leadership communicates certainty, and certainty is magnetic. A woman doesn't want to wonder if you know who you are, where you're going, or what you stand for. She wants to feel that you've already decided, and that she can either join you or watch from the sidelines. When you carry that energy, you stop needing her approval because your validation comes from living in alignment with your own mission. Most men fail here because they trade purpose for comfort. They abandon their goals to keep a woman close, thinking sacrifice will earn her loyalty. But the opposite happens. When you give up your mission, you lose your edge, and when you lose your edge, you lose her respect. Women don't admire men who crumble for love. They admire men who stand firm no matter what. The stronger move is to live in your frame. Build your vision, pursue your path, and let her choose whether she wants to walk alongside you. You don't pause your journey for her, you invite her into it. And if she doesn't want to join, you keep moving forward anyway. So remember this. True confidence isn't about seeking her approval. It's about leading with purpose. The man who follows his mission never fears rejection because he knows his life is bigger than any single woman. And that's the energy that makes him magnetic, respected, and unforgettable. Conclusion. Now you understand what it really takes to build unshakable confidence around women. It's not about cheesy pickup lines, fake bravado, or acting like someone you're not. It's about mastering yourself. Confidence comes from within. When you stop chasing validation, embrace rejection as part of the process, and carry yourself with strong body language. It grows when you build a life you're proud of, control your emotions under pressure, and stop worshipping women like they're above you. And ultimately, it becomes unshakable when you lead with purpose, living for your mission instead of her approval. The truth is, most men will keep fumbling because they think confidence is about performance. They'll overthink what to say, how to act, or how to impress her. But women don't fall for performance. They fall for presence. And presence only comes when you know your worth, when you've built it with discipline, consistency, and purpose. So remember this. Confidence isn't built overnight, but every step you take in these 7 areas hardens your frame and sharpens your presence. When you live this way, women can feel it instantly. You won't have to chase attention. You won't have to prove yourself. You'll simply walk into any room and she'll know this is a man who owns himself.